Okay, this is the true part 4. I got interrupted. I had a phone call that I really had to take, so I obviously didn't want that on video. But I just shut the bike off, and one of the keys is, flip your stop switch to off. Very important when you're working on a vehicle. Take the keys out of the ignition. Safety, safety, safety. First, last, always. When we're working on vehicles, we're not a safety threest. Safety third for those of you real into California. Now I put it down. You can see my helmet in the foreground. You can't really see it. Here's the adhesive mount that I'm going to be using. I do have the clamp mount on in the motorcycle. But there's the thing. Safety first. Also, glove up when you're dealing with oil. Part of it is the oil gets really hot. Nitrile gloves are what I use. If you want to use latex, go ahead and use latex. I use nitrile just because almost everybody's going to nitrile these days. Most of the glove manufacturers. Latex is kind of hard to find. And, people have latex allergies. I understand that. I don't. I've used latex gloves numerous times in the past. But I've got my drain bolt. Oops, I set my iPad on it. My crush washers. The drain bolt is only just a just-in-case thing. I don't need it 100%. I don't know if I'll need it because the bolt's not wrecked. If I wreck the bolt taking it off, I'm good. I got it covered. That's why you don't use a crescent wrench if you don't have to, or a box end wrench. Use a socket. So I got the crush washers, which I will be replacing. Actually, no, I don't need the clearance of that. I'm just going to use the breaker bar standard. Make sure it's on there. Yeah, it does float. Why? I don't know. I mean, sometimes I'll spin something on real quick using the breaker bar, but that's not really what it's for. Spin it on with your hand. Use the socket or whatever. I don't know if you can see where the drain bolt is. It's right. Nope, you can't see it. I may have to put this on the ground. Have it on a box. Nope. Maybe. Nah, the drain pan's in the way, which is fine. I mean, let me do it from the rear. See if I can get it in that way. See if I can. Nope, the drain pan's covering it. So you're gonna see me laying on my side, which is why you wear clothes that you don't really give two shits about. Good quality, but clothes that you've already ruined. Get it on there, let it sit. Remember, lefty loosey, righty tighty. Also remember, if the bolt is up, it's backwards. So I fucked up. Pardon my French. I have it backwards. Okay, let me sit it and double check. Yeah, that's lefty. Oh, fuck. Yes, I curse a lot when I'm working on a vehicle. But it did break loose. I'm not going to touch it. It is hot. Last thing I need is nitrile welding itself to my skin. Because what's nitrile is basically a plastic, right? Those of you in the medical field, you know nitrile gloves. I know you're gonna look at my armpit, big whoop. Let me see if I can get the pad in there. And no, you can't see it. You'll be able to see the flow of oil once I get it out. I really don't want to stick my hand in there on the bolt, but just do it very quickly. Oh, shit. It might also help if you take the cap off. Thankfully, my drain plug has holes that are very small so that my plug, because I'm just going to drop the plug once it's done, once it's backed out all the way. Ouch! Yeah, that is hot. You can see maybe the flow of oil. I don't know if you can. Doesn't look too bad, doesn't smell too bad. It's brown. You hear those little blip, blip, blip? That's just the, oh. Crap, there is a little, I forgot. I forgot there's an air plug. Duh. It's very important when you're dealing with stuff like that. Airflow. That's why, here's a little tip I'll share with you. When you're pouring a quart of oil, you see how the bottle's designed? Never pour it like this. This is not the way it's designed to do it. You'll get the glug, 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 glug. If you want a smooth pour, this way. Always use funnels. So I'm going to see if you can see the oil flow. I've got the front cowl off. It's already down to a slow drain. You see the plug there. I'm going to take it off and clean it and take a look. And if I need to take it, if I need to replace it, I will. But the crush washer will definitely be replaced. You know, it's a requirement. Just a requirement. Now I'm just going to let this sit here for about an hour, hour and a half. Get as much as I can. Also, I forgot the best other 2 ways to help. Take your oil cap off, your filler cap. Why? Airflow, people. Airflow. I'm also going to take my dipstick out, if I can. Oh man, it gets welded in there like a gorilla. I'm going to do it hand tight. Unfortunately, I got some oil on the floor. Always happens. Always happens. I swear, shop towels are a godsend. Get a pair of pliers out. I have an entire drawer full of, my random ass set. Got different manufacturers, no name brand, Craftsman, Cobalt. Craftsman and Cobalt I like the best. Preferably Cobalt these days because, well, although Craftsman I'm going back because since Lowe's distributes them now, not Sears. They're owned by Stanley, by the way. They're owned by Black & Decker Stanley. All I did was use the pliers just enough to break it. Here's a dipstick on a Goldwing. I'm going to set it on the shop towel. And that's it for now. Well, actually, I think I can... Yeah, I'll go ahead and get the oil filter off. I'll show you the oil filter. You actually can see that, I think. Set it... Yeah, right there. You see that? There's my Can-N. My last one that I used. It's a really nice, nice oil filter. What I like about the Can-N is that little nut. It's a 17 millimeter. And all I really got to do is move my drain pan to where I'm still getting that, catching that drip. I know it's going to be hard to see now. I'm sorry. I'm just doing 1 or 2 little things right quick. Drying off the threads for the oil cap. Wiping off the oil off the floor. It's not going to hurt the concrete at all. No, it's not. Ugh. But you can see, 17 millimeter. Shit, it's heavy. I need the extension. Definitely need the extension. My phone just rang? Text message. I'll ignore it for now. I'm almost done with the video. So like I said, for the Can-N filters, this is just removal. Ouch, son of a bitch. You do not use this to put the oil filter on. Crap, I dropped the cap. You're going to twist it. You're going to mess it up. You're going to over torque. I think I did over torque this damn thing last time. Just use the strap to get it on. This is just to get it off. Yeah, I took my gloves off. I should not have. I've got it to where I can do it by hand. Let me re-glove. Yeah, changing your oil takes a long time, people. This is why you pay the professionals to do it sometimes. See a lot of oil coming out. All right. So you can see the oil filter's off. It's going to drip like that for about an hour. I'm going to let it sit. I'm going to let it sit for an hour or two, and then I'm going to come back and redo it. You know, put the new filter in place and fill her up with some fresh 10W40. Before a long ride, you got to do this, guys. Same thing with a little, long trip of your car. If you don't do a lot of miles, every 5,000 to 7,000 if you're using full synthetic, or once a year. Do it anyway. If you've driven 2,000 miles and it's been a year, change it. Your engine will thank you. I use full synth because, well, I'm trying to keep her for as long as possible. Stay safe out there. Don't get any crap from anybody. Have fun. And I'll be right back.